informing. It provides awardees with market knowledge and resources on commercialization practices. And then second, by connecting these awardees with networks across markets and industries. And then thirdly, by advocating these projects and new technologies to these stakeholders and works to mitigate kind of commercialization obstacles. There have been discussions in the administrations on the future of RPE. Energy projects inclusive of clean energy technology are still able to survive the valley of death with less funding. It would be worthwhile to administer changes in total RPE funding. In turn, RPE would be more selective in funding projects, but able to continue turning out the most high potential disruptive technologies. So given some sort of budget uncertainties under the new administration, the program should be more selective and focus on the renewable projects with the greatest potential. And then another version of technology push tech to market strategy would be the DOE loan program. We define the loan, it's a program developed by the government by stimulating competition, supporting new technology as well. It is also another strategy to bridge the valley of death. It provides loans that then need to be repaid to the government. However, it provides no-fee loans to projects that completed due diligences, closed on their loans, and then started development on before September 30th, 2011. So a lot of these new renewable technology projects would be ineligible. And also because loans of these projects will likely disappear without any sort of governmental proactive action on funding certain projects, it will be difficult to fund under the current administration's energy priorities. So focusing instead on the RPE selection process would be a little bit more beneficial in that regard. And then in contrast, an innovation based upon market pull has been developed by R&D in response to an identified market need, and we see this in terms of deployment or like the use of energy. Renewable deployment in terms of energy is basically the use, and the rapid deployment of the renewable energy and energy efficiency results in significant energy security, climate change mitigation, and economic benefits. The reason that we care about deployment is that is that even though renewable technology is advancing, they aren't going to be competitive enough with our current fossil fuel dependencies. So the government needs to kind of take initiatives to then pull the technology to the market. One successful deployment method would be through the Renewable Portfolio Standards, or RPSs, and these are kind of state requirements for the percentage of electricity that need to come from renewable sources. And we have seen this being a very effective mechanism for renewable energy expansion. Second, which would be tax credits, which are kind of financial incentives for the deployment of wind, solar, and electric vehicles that we've seen previously. And the third of which would be net metering. Net metering is essentially selling back the amount of energy to the grid based on how much solar energy a commercial user generates at their home or business. And this kind of direct financial compensation for generating surplus solar energy. So our policy suggestion that the DOE should issue some sort of guidelines or suggestions, recommendations to states and utility companies on how to effectively integrate storage technology into the RPSs, as well as detail in those recommendations all the benefits that storage tech provides. And there's already a really good system to assess how effective RPSs are, and the DOE uses an energy info analysis group.
Okay, so to kind of tie everything we've talked about together, the government clearly has a key role to play in stimulating a sustainable, independent energy system for the United States in the 21st century, and they can do so in a variety of ways. Broadly, by supporting the development of market-ready energy storage, meaning encouraging the development and deployment of all of these technologies. They can also fund research and development either directly or by providing loans to encourage this sort of development. And they can overall implement policies which require clean energy generation, that push and pull of all of it. The state governments also play a very important role in transitioning to a better energy system as well. They need to issue clearer guidelines, especially regarding utility storage, because this is a huge part of the energy puzzle in the United States. Development and deployment is happening in this country already, especially around these clean energy technologies, but it's not happening fast enough to address the really pressing issues on the horizon of climate change and international competition. These are challenges, but they're also opportunities that if the US can develop smart technology policy, they can really take a hold of and really succeed in developing that sustainable independent energy system that we really would like to see. Thank you all.